guys, Teacher Janelle. We are going to be having pronunciation once more. Well, before we're going to have to go on with the sounds that we are about to talk about today, I just want to say that whatever I say here in my videos regarding mispronunciations and how Filipinos pronounce the words, this is not absolute. Okay, so I am talking about the prevalent pronunciation, but I do not mean that all Filipinos speak like that. Okay, so there are just mispronunciations because English words adopted by Filipinos to make them sound Filipino, though they are English words. But anyhow, that is not much of a problem nowadays because of Netflix, because of Google, because there is always a go-to, like YouTube. You could always listen to how it is really pronounced, okay? Because Filipinos, once again, we are good English speakers. Yes, we are, because we are good at adjusting our tongues to different languages. The Filipino tongue is versatile. But there are mispronunciations. These mispronunciations are brought about by our adopting of the English language, English word to Filipino sounding word. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I have here scheduled our talk for words ending in DLE and how Filipinos pronounce those words. Okay, so of course we do not have a perfect pronunciation for English, and I don't say that because I am teaching you how to pronounce, I have perfect pronunciation. Of course I don't have. I have mistakes in pronunciation in my videos, though I don't focus on pronunciation because as I tell you, we focus on the content. But it doesn't mean that we are not going to improve pronunciation nor grammar. So those things are still important in English, but they are not the most important. The message is the most important thing. So the words I'm going to present to you are only these. So if you have other words in mind that I haven't enumerated here, you may just write them down in the comments below. Perhaps we're gonna have a part 2. What I have here in my list are words like noodle, tricycle, bicycle, bottle, triangle, tentacle. And then there's another word. It doesn't have a DLE ending, but they have the same sound, yodel. Now let's transcribe each word to IPA, because that is the only way I can show you the sound comprised in each word. Okay, so come closer. Let's have an IPA. Words that we just transcribed to IPA, American IPA. Alrighty? Okay, so we begin with the word noodle. So noodle. Okay, that's it. So you have a long sound, a vowel oo, noodle. Say noodle. So there is no vowel sound between D and L, though some other transcription would write a schwa in between there, in between D and L, but the most typical is no vowel sound. It's just D and L. So noodle. So your tongue goes to D to L. D. Noodle. Then we have tricycle. So we have there diphthong I. Tricycle. So K and L. There is no vowel sound still. So k. From K to L. K. Tricycle. Tricycle. That tricycle. First syllable, the stress. Then bicycle. Bicycle. Still the same. No vowel sound in between. Bicycle. Okay. But if it's British, there is a bit of a difference in the accent. So you simply say tricycle. So there is, I think that's where the schwa now falls when it's British. Tricycle, bicycle. Okay, for the British, there's a schwa in between because there is a sound not directly KL, not directly. So there is a bit of a schwa there. Tricycle, bicycle for British. But for American, tricycle, cool. There's not much of a difference actually, but if you are going to pay attention to the sound, you would notice that very, very thin line. Okay? Next is, we're going to talk about that later on. So we have bottle, bottle. So that, you drop your jaw, bottle, bottle. So there is no vowel sound in between T or L. Bottle, that, bottle. Okay? Then you're going to make the very clear sound of T when you say it in British. You say bottle, bottle. But in American, it's bottle. So not, the T is a bit suspended. Blended, I suppose. I forgot really the term. I'm not an expert in terms. I suck at terms. Okay, so bottle. But British, bottle. The genie in a bottle. Okay, bottle, bottle. Okay. Next, this one, triangle, triangle. Or you could just say triangle. Okay, but I like the sound of the Siamese there. Triangle. I actually, my pronunciation is actually based on what I heard from dictionaries or the symbols I have seen in dictionaries or what I heard from TV shows, especially the children's TV shows. You would actually, I actually love watching those because how the words are pronounced for children, the sounds are distinctly produced. So I heard this triangle. Okay, I like the sound of that, triangle. But you can just say triangle. And if it's British, you say triangle, 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 like that. Okay, next word there is tentacle. Tentacle, that's an, tentacle, tentacle. You have a schwa there. Then no vowel sound between K and L. Tentacle, tentacle. Plural, tentacles. Okay, triangles, bottles, just add S. Then this one, yodel. Yodel is not spelled with L-E, but they have the same sound in transcription. They have the same. So, yo, that's an O, the long O. Yodel, dul, dul. I already have taught you how to pronounce these words. Now, I want to talk about how this is mispronounced or how Filipinos usually pronounce this. As I always say that because when we speak it, we borrow it. We speak our language, our accent, and we borrow the English word and put it in our daily spoken language like it is our own in Filipino, not in English. So the Tagalogs read it with an E there, noodle. That's how they read it. And again, nothing is absolute in what I say. Don't be offended. Yung noodles. Bili tayo ng noodles. Noodle, yung triangle. Sakay tayong tricycle. Ganon, tricycle. Yung bicycle, sira na yata. Bicycle. Okay. Yung udel, yung tentacles. May tentacles yung octopus. So why do Tagalogs say it like that? Because the Filipino phonetics, there is no d. We don't have the sound which is without vowel in between. If we talk about the DL, so there is always a vowel in between that. Okay, so of course the nearest for the Tagalog is the E, noodle. And because of also of the spelling that there is an E at the end of it, so it becomes noodle. But in Bisaya, it's still the same thing. Bisaya, we don't have the DL that without the vowel sound in between. But we the Bisayans, we are more of an o sound, o sound, because ours is a bit aggressive in sound, intense, heavy. Okay, so if I am Bisaya and I'm speaking Bisaya and I'm using the word noodle because we love noodles, we are going to pronounce it noodle, noodles, triangle, bicycle, battle, triangle. So there's an ol, triangle, bicycle, tentacle. That's how Bisayans read it. If we are going to speak Bisaya and we use these words to sound Bisaya as well. But when we are going to speak English, of course, we are not going to sound it like that. So we shift in accent. So that's it. The KLE sound. That is always with a vowel sound for Filipinos, Tagalogs, and Bisaya. So the Tagalogs put an E, while the Bisaya put an O. 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 So that's it. That's the difference, the deviation. So I hope that our challenge in learning English, though we have adopted the words as Filipino words, Filipino sounding words, let us always remember that when we speak it in English, we are going to put it back in the English tongue. Let it not remain in the Filipino tongue. So it is very important that you also know who you're speaking with. So if you're going to the sari-sari store and you're going to buy noodles, of course, if you are a Tagalog, you'd say, pabili pong noodles. Because that is how you speak. If you're a Bisaya, you'd say, papalit akong noodles ng, of course, because you are a Bisaya. We speak and we have to be sensitive to who we are speaking with. So if we are speaking to someone that we thought might find it difficult if we are going to speak English with a very twangy sound, of course we're going to adjust it. Adjust the sounds to the sound that the one you're speaking to would comprehend. So because the purpose of communication is always to be understood. Okay, not just for speaking and flair of how you pronounce the words. Other than the flair, it's the content, it's the message. So if you want to make your message clear, you have to understand your audience first. So pretty much that's it. I want to say thank you for patronizing my pronunciation videos. And I hope I still see you next time. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.